Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Dark Lord, shall we? I'm playing the Dark Lord demo on Steam, and I'm going to put a link in the description below to the Steam page so you can check it out, wishlist the game, and try the demo for yourself if this seems like a game that's interesting to you. Dark Lord is a roguelike RPG filled with strategy, adventure, and sardonic wit. So it's kind of got elements of a visual novel, a role-playing game, a card game, strategy game, and I'm excited to see how it plays out. So it says right here, Dark Lord, you have finally awakened. Carefully read what the characters are telling you and click to continue, okay? So this would be the narrative element. I get to choose my response. What happened or who are you? Let's just say what happened. The quest in the upper left says wake up and understand what's happening, and the response here is that the ritual spiraled out of control. Now we'll have to start everything anew. And I could say what ritual, or I can say start from the beginning of what. Let's just say what ritual. The grand ritual meant to help you conquer the entire world. Oh, okay, cool. Why didn't it work? You never shared the details of the ritual with me, but I believe you lacked magical energy. Look at this. That's impossible. Was that the cause of the explosion? This is unusual, but entirely possible. Anything could have happened. All right. Continue. I'm talking to my Goblin Treasurer, apparently. Most of your minions perished in the explosion, but with proper handling of the remaining resources, we will quickly restore your greatness. I love it. What resources do we have? Your answers should be seen. Your answers can change these resources. They're up here. They should not become empty or overflow. So you want to balance, I see. And it looks like we have wealth, fear, magic, and might. Okay, yeah, pretty much the resources I use in my day-to-day. The four main resources, they should always be kept roughly balanced. Okay, so right now they're in the middle, so it's perfect. Quietly remember, proceed. If any of the resources run out or overflow, you will lose. Oh, wow. So if I get too much, I actually lose. Interesting. How can they run out? Your commands change the balance of resources. They can add some resources, but spend others. Impatiently listen. We'll take care of all the routines so you can focus on important decisions. All right, this is my general talking, so I'm ready. Our scouts found a bit of gold beneath the castle ruins. You can decide what to do with it. What are our options? Undoubtedly, the treasurer wants to return this gold to the treasury, while the general is concerned about strengthening the army. What will you decide? Ah, okay. So basically, I can boost up the treasury or soldiers. And let's go to the soldiers. And you see how we took a hit to the treasury here, and we gained a little bit on the soldiers right here. I have no doubt you would make the right decision. A strong army is the key to conquering the world. Naturally. Surviving wizards like the soldiers need your encouragement. Will you allocate the found gold to them? Okay. So, if I allocate the gold to the wizards, I bet this will boost the magic. And it did. Oh my god, but it hurt my treasury even more. See how easy it is to manage the Dark Empire, but be cautious. Advisors can be too greedy. Keep an eye on that. My lord, there's nothing more for us here. The castle is razed to the ground. We need to move on. So I have to be really careful and not do anything to spend money. Where will we get a new castle? Nearby are ancient ruins. It could be a decent place to build your new dark citadel. Alright, that sounds great. Lead the way. Okay. You become accustomed to the role of the Dark Lord. Now it's time to go to the wastelands and rebuild your manor. Alright, so we got 50 gold, and looks like we got some troops here. Some wizards and some soldiers to the manor. Oh, interesting. So you could see here with the graphics especially, this has got this big Darkest Dungeon influence to the aesthetic. You know, the wax seal on the parchment. But we're playing the bad guy. We're not doing the good guy. I mean, you're kind of the bad guy in the Darkest Dungeon, but I won't. Anyway, so here we are at the manor. You notice the Dark Wizard in one of the windows of the Mage Tower. He is observing two mages performing strange hand gestures. Watch them sternly until you're noticed. Let's watch them. The Dark Wizard startles as if lashed, looks at you for a moment and disappears behind closed shutters. A moment later, the doors of the tower creak open and you see an advisor. His hood is, as always, pulled over his eyes, and a sycophantic smile never leaves his face. Dark Lord, you arrived just in time. I wanted to demonstrate our readiness to fight the Kingdom of Order. Allow me to assure you... So I can stop him and ask him what his apprentices are doing, or I can ask about the Kingdom of Order. Kingdom of Order. The Kingdom of Order owns lands beyond the wastelands. Well, of course, all lands belong to you, my lord, but the King of Order has appropriated them. It's located closest to us and is the best starting point for our campaign. Undoubtedly, my apprentices will easily surpass any Order mage. Alright, tell me about the King of Order. The King of Order is one of the most loathsome characters. After the great empire fell apart, he decided to leave everything as it was. He didn't even change the coat of arms, and, unlike everyone else, he wanted to preserve the empire. Alright, tell me about the Wastelands. The Mansion of Death, where we are now, was impregnable for many years. The remains of enemy armies fell at the mansion's walls, were left by necromancers as a deterrent. Over time, the putrid smell and decay toxins contaminated the land and air. That's how the Wastelands came to be. Good. That's all I wanted to know. Okay, so I have some structures here, and they all have, some of them have dialogue bubbles, so let's click on the Treasury, the bank, and, let's see. So here's the Treasurer, and our influence is level 1. We can upgrade the building for 10 gold. The advisor's talent is that he gives us 5 gold for each episode, and there's 3 help cards in the deck. I only have 50 gold, so I need to be careful. All this gold is ours now. Oh, is this for me or take money? Story. The Treasurer, incredibly stingy and greedy. The Goblin collects and multiplies the manor's gold. He joined the Dark Empire, escaping the influential gold bank which supports the economies of all kingdoms. When the kingdoms fall, his mysterious troubles must be resolved. Okay. Interesting. And I guess I'm just... Down here at the bottom, you can just move to the other facilities without closing it. So now I've clicked on the Dark Wizard to go to the Mage Tower. And I can upgrade this. His talent is... He'll show his talent later. The examiners were unfair. Oh, is this for me? And story. A talented wizard who rejects all the customs and principles of the magical community of the former Great Empire. He is disgusted by the notion that a wizard should specialize in one thing and strives to practice all magical disciplines he can find. Secretly dreams of receiving an invitation to a magical school. He wants that Hogwarts letter. And let's see the general. This advisor will show their talent later. Continue increasing their influence level. Okay, I could take something from him. The general leads the Dark Lord's army. He prepares new fighters, seasoning their training with unwavering severity and a dash of righteousness. In the past, the general was spotted in the intrigues of the fallen Great Empire and perhaps even was a member of the lower nobility, but he prefers to remain silent about it. Generals have their own dark sides. Dun dun dun. Alright, so he has no sworn enemies, which I guess is pretty good. Alright, so we'll close all this up. And, I went into the Mage Tower. Do I want to do this? The examiners were unfair? And see what this means. The Dark Wizard is training his wizards again. You could see great pride in his eyes. It brings back memories of the school of true mastery. However, my training there never took place. Arrogant bastards. You didn't study there, did you? That's right. I didn't enroll. I tried, but I couldn't. More exactly, that arrogant admission committee didn't give me a chance, despite the fact that I was better than all of them. I've always been sure that you're the strongest magician alive. Thank you, my lord. I will not disappoint your expectations. I remember that day like it was yesterday. I stand in front of them, they sit and look at me with their shameless eyes. I take the scroll, the inscription on the scroll says, create a small light source. This is a basic spell that every 3-year-old can do. Of course you handled such a simple task. Dark Wizard looks at you with a spark of rage in his eyes and clears his throat. I created a small fire in the palm of my hand, but they said it wasn't what they wanted. I created the illusion of a firefly, and it emitted real light, but these formalists said that this was not what they expected to see. They wanted me to perform this particular spell, but I didn't manage to. To tell the truth, I still don't know how to cast pure light. Finally, I got angry and mixed several types of magic into one and created a beautiful light source. It was beautiful, dangerous, and long-lasting. But they were not satisfied. It was then that they imposed a ban on the mixing of magical arts, fearing how strong such spells can be. I've always been a versatile wizard. I can solve the same problem in a huge number of different ways, but for these arrogant formalists, it has no value. They prefer to reach heights in a single discipline, ignoring everything else that exists around them. Your approach is the right one. Thank you for your trust, my lord. The time will come I will beat those arrogant conservatives. I'll be on your side. All right. And I'm going to go over to the Goblin, and it says, all this gold is ours now. Glad to see you, Dark Lord. I haven't finished counting our countless riches yet. The necromancers weren't too diligent in their records and postponed many things. But please don't worry. I've learned some accounting tricks at the Golden Bank. With these words, the treasurer takes a coin from the huge pile next to him and tries it with his teeth. Tell me more about the Golden Bank. The Golden Bank is located far to the east, where the desert meets the sea. A network of caves goes deep underground where treasurers keep the riches collected from all over the world. There's a saying, everything stored in the Golden Bank stays in the Golden Bank forever. The treasurer laughs hoarsely. You feel unable to appreciate his joke, and not even the treasurers themselves can steal the bank's treasures? The treasurer thinks for a long time, then looks at you suspiciously. My lord, where do you know... Never mind, it's possible, my lord. But it comes with the most terrible punishment, imprisonment at the bottom of the caves. It's dark and scary there. Just not that. No. The treasurer starts swaying from side to side, hugging himself. You understand that you won't get another word out of him. All right, then. Okay. So, at this point, I can go to missions, I guess. And we need to choose advisors for the Congress? Well, I mean, I only have the treasurer. He's the only one that can actually do it. Alright, so that's good. The failed ritual destroyed my old lair, much like a cheap chessboard in the hands of a novice. The world conquest plan had to be put on hold. It's time to begin constructing the Dark Empire anew and perhaps even recover my memory in the process. My servants say that something is hidden beneath this land. Perhaps treasures or even a whole dragon. All right, let's do it. So we're going into the catacombs, and it says determine if there's anything valuable left. Master, our wizard sense a faint magical source somewhere beneath the ground of the valley. Continue. This could pose a threat to our manor, or conversely, open up new possibilities. Let's investigate it. Okay, so my meters have all reset, so maybe at the beginning of each mission they go back to normal. So now, you know, there's a bit of Cultist Simulator to the game. Not really in the randomness or the time passing, but just in the way that you're telling a story with the cards and you're managing resources. So I can have the soldiers dig a passage, and I assume that this will maybe hurt the soldiers. While the soldiers dig the earth, your advisors would like to ask you a couple of questions. Go ahead. Our treasuries are overflowing. We need more space. You got more space. Alright, that hurt the magic somehow. The treasury is depleting. We need to collect tribute from the peasants. Okay, do it. My lord, the soldiers have dug the entrance to the underground catacombs. They are afraid to go further. The shimmering violet light ahead frightens them. I'll go forward, that's fine. You boldly enter the dungeon alone. Your advisors reluctantly follow you. Continue. Your eyes adjust to the violet light, and you see a silhouette of a person ahead. It's the bright wizard, the eternal enemy, practicing light magic. Prepare for battle. Alright, so, I need to prepare weapons because my magic is kind of low, so I'm going to go with that. Prepare weapons. Greetings, young lord. Another lost soul seeking recognition. Oh, it's Gandalf. Why are you here? I won't fight you today, but I want to warn you. Warn me about what? All your minions are deceivers. They want you to stay forever in the world of illusions. Oh, God. That might actually be true. How is that possible? If you discover the truth, they will all disappear. How will you prove that? They've hidden the truth in a chest. Find it, then we'll meet again. Where should I look for it? The bright wizard dissolves into magical mist. Continue. That coward fled. I wonder what he was even doing in this place. We should find out. By the way, I didn't hear what he said to you before leaving. It's my business. The wizard disappeared, but the magical source remains. Shall we continue the search? Nod meaningfully. This game is hilarious. Knowledge is power. Send servants to search for new books in the magical library. All books are heresy. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Okay, so that took money, but it boosted our magic. My lord, a combat unit has infiltrated the estate. We need to protect you until we catch them all. Strengthen the guard. Oh, that took my... Okay, that hurt. I thought that might boost. My lord, we've finished searching the dungeons. There's one closed cell left, and next to it is this lever. What about the lever? The lever probably opens the bars, but the mechanism is too complex, so it's hard to say for sure. Pull the lever. Okay, that hurt my... fear, okay? The lever activated a cunning trap set by the bright wizard. My lord, be careful with levers. We barely managed to save you, but along with the trap, the lever also opened the bars. I'm invincible. The servants start inspecting the chamber. As they touch the decaying body, it begins to move and speak. Oh, it's a necromancer. I sense a familiar power in you, a great power. Why have you come to my abode? This is my abode. Even better, I never sought power, but allow me to stay with you, and I will reveal to you the secrets of life and death like no other. That will be useful. I bow before your greatness, my lord. I will serve you until my death. Well, you've died several times. Silently nod. The dark wizard approaches you, so his words won't be heard by others. My lord, be cautious with this new advisor. The remnants of his attire don't resemble the form of necromancers who lived here before. We will learn the truth. Alright, the powerful necromancer has joined your entourage, so we got 60 gold plus the 5 from having the goblin as my advisor. To the manor. Thank you for releasing me, Dark Lord. Many Dark Lords have risen before my eyes, but you seem more cunning than the others. How old are you? Only death is older than me. Look at how my bones have aged. The spell that holds them together was personally developed by me. Now I could say for sure it's a new record. That's great. Do you want to know anything else? What were you doing in the dungeons? These dungeons were mine before yours. Strictly speaking, not only mine, but those are details. After the mages destroyed the Mansion of Death, they killed all the necromancers and imprisoned me. Perhaps they had some plans for me, but we'll never know. You can't shake the feeling that the necromancer is winking at you, but the dark eye sockets remain just as emotionless. Do you want to know anything else? Who are you? Or what are you? You feel like the necromancer is looking at you with surprise and a hint of disapproval. Once there was human flesh on my bones, but death provides true freedom from prejudices. Do you want to know anything else? That's enough. Alright, so he's building up the Crypt. And we can go in here and... miraculous escape. 2% chance to escape death from death by resources. Oh, cool. Secrets of the Manor and Necromancy. Upon entering the Crypt, you don't immediately notice the necromancer. He stands still, like one of the statues. Dark Lord, please forgive me. I was giving the last orders to our skeletons. Yeah, you gotta make sure the skeletons do the right stuff. But, you were just standing. My lord, I don't need to speak out loud orders. That's for the living. All the dead I raised are bound to me indissolubly. They hear me and know what I want, even from many miles away. That's why the undead army is the most effective army in the world. Then why couldn't the necromancers defend their holdings in the past? The White Wizard gathered an army of unprecedented size and crushed our manor. They left me alive for some reason I still don't understand. The torments of loneliness made me immune to suffering. All I wanted was to talk to anyone. Wow, that's a sad story. I owe you death and am ready to serve you for eternity. Why did the White Wizard attack you? We did absolutely nothing wrong. Most of the manor's inhabitants were engaged in harmless research on death. This is undoubtedly usual for any necromancer in our time. The White Wizard went insane, trying to disrupt the balance. Do not doubt, we will avenge the White Wizard. The death of your comrades will not be in vain. Go, my lord, and I will raise an army of unprecedented power from the graves. The necromancer lowers his head and retreats into himself. Do not disturb and quietly leave the crypt. Okay. So I'm not going to take money from them. Although I don't know what +1 crown means. Like, does this hurt them if I do this? Oh. No. This is leveling up the influence level. So I guess I'm giving him money. I'm going to upgrade this. I don't know what that does, but I did it. And then I'm going to go to the bank. And let's upgrade the bank and boost this. And I'm going to actually boost the influence. Yeah, look at this. So by boosting the Goblin's influence, now we get 15 bonus coins for each episode. We certainly want that. And the barracks. My soldiers are on your side as always. 1, 2, fall in. Pay your respects to the great Dark Lord. You see rows of soldiers in front of the barracks. Clad in armor, they all as one beat their armored fists against the chests. I'm glad to see you, Dark Lord. You can rest assured there are no traitors among us. Why should I doubt? Do you know something? No one is immune from betrayal, my lord. Long before I joined your service, the one who now calls himself the King of Time betrayed my family. Now I trust no one. Tell me about your family. The Memory clan is shattered and fragmented. I'm not sure if any of my relatives are still alive. The traitor does not tolerate those who remember everything. On the day the hunt for my kin began, I was in the service of the great empire and couldn't protect them. But I remember each one of them. Those involved, I recite their names like a prayer before sleep. The time will come and I will seek vengeance. Tell me when the time comes and we'll deal with this. Alright, so he doesn't really have a talent to reveal right now, but I'll level him up anyway, because it's relatively cheap. And then Mage Tower, this guy's expensive to level up. So I'm going to save my money and go to the next mission. And we can choose this guy here. So the Necromancer, I mean, that's sort of helpful, but it's not really that great. And I don't have enough money to level up the Treasurer again. So we'll just do this. And it says, revive the economy. My servants are clearing the debris and rebuilding new structures, all while a deceased wizard has joined my council. To manage such a motley crew, I've been advised to establish an eternal economy, and the gold from the local Order King will come in quite handy, they say. Okay. Predicting an economic threat, alright? My lord, the economy of our manor is thriving, but we have one problem that requires your intervention, alright? Smile condescendingly. We regularly catch conspirators trying to bribe us. Your advisors, even simple servants and soldiers. It's normal. I agree with you. Conspirators and spies will always be around, but henchmen of the Order's King are offering us increasingly large sums. Where do they get it? As far as we know, there are no gold mines in the Order's kingdom, but the spies we captured and sent to prison say that the King's Treasury holds untold riches. Too much gold can disrupt our economy and lure away servants. Common folk have always been driven by fear and jingling coins. We cannot allow this newfound king to compete with us in wealth. And if this rich one offers even more gold, the loyalty of your advisors may be in doubt. Uh-oh. The treasurer and general look at each other tensely. You're both right. We must investigate this. Shall we interrogate the captured spies or infiltrate the king's inner circle with our own? Interrogate the captured ones. Alright, that boosted our fear. Give me these people, and by evening they'll tell you anything. Alright, great. What nonsense. Old-fashioned soldiery ways of loosening tongues works exquisitely. Alright. I'm surprised you know the word exquisitely. Oh god. What interrogation method would our wise Dark Lord choose? So, let's give it to the general. And that boosted the army, and there was no minus. My lord, a combat unit has infiltrated the estate. We need to protect you until we catch them. Alright, so this will lower the military, but that's okay. I could pretend to be a trader and start trading with our enemies. Good plan. Boost our money. Prisoners told us that a woman supplies gold to the Order's King. She made a deal with a certain merchant who could turn matter into gold. What does the Dark Wizard think about this? I need to read more about this in our library. I'll tell you as soon as I find something. Good plan. My acquaintances, the treasurers, want to trade with us. I advise you not to trust these greedy creatures. Okay, so I trust our treasurer, and it boosted our money. My dark cloak has faded, and now I look like the Grey Wizard. So I don't want... I'm going to help my money balance by saying buy a new cloak. Alright. I found an interesting legend. A merchant who can turn straw into gold really exists. I think the Order's King is using his services. Where do we find him? To speak with him, we need to learn his name. It's Rumpelstiltskin. Our reconnaissance also determined the location where, as we assume, gold was being obtained. We need to go there urgently. I'll teleport us there, and it took magic. You arrive at the base of a solitary rock on which an ancient tower stands. It's suspiciously quiet here. Either the Order's King learned about our plans and beat us to it, or it's an ambush. Of course it's an ambush. We will meticulously investigate everything here. Meticulously? The general pleasantly surprises me today. Work. From the depths of the barracks, a cheerful march can be heard, making feet start tapping to the rhythm. Okay, so I could stabilize might or fear. Stabilize might. The mountains of old bones and zombie parts have started to smell worse. We need to transport them outside the estate. The magic is low, so we need to have the soldiers do it. My lord, we have thoroughly searched the entire tower. Not long ago, a woman lived here who could weave gold directly from straw. Presumably, the Order's King kept her imprisoned, but the tower is now empty. Our room is adorned with various summoning symbols of the merchant. We also found a couple of golden ears of wheat. I believe that with their help, we can arrange a meeting with this mystical dealer. Alright, we did it. Now, so we got I think, like, maybe if you make certain decisions within the mission, you gain loyalty, or, like, reputation points with your advisors. So that's how I had some levels already with the General and with the Dark Wizard. And you can get it for free instead of just paying them off with gold. And we got 85 gold. So we now can meet the Mystical Merchant, and it will be very useful. Yes, it will. My lord, no matter how we've tried to perform the traitor's summoning ritual, we've had no success. That's because I'm not some lowly demon to come at your first call. You see a strange creature before you, unlike any beast you've ever seen. So you're the famous traitor who grants power over gold? You could simply call me the traitor. He raises his hand, halting any further questions. I will regularly deliver various trinkets and potions to your manor. You'll be able to purchase them for a pittance. But that's not enough. Do you know who stands before you? The Great Dark Lord. So what about turning straw into gold? The traitor grins, revealing his sharp teeth. When I verify your trustworthiness, we can discuss other services, but I'll require a different payment. What do you want in return? Just a trifle. For every true name of your advisors, I'll be prepared to make a generous contribution. Only for the Great Dark Lord. Interesting. The Dark Wizard looks at you and then at the traitor with fear in his eyes. The traitor shrugs. Nothing special, just trifles. I'll think about it. Find a more important task. Alright, so now we've built the store where we can trade. And we're raising up our manor. We're clearing away the bodies. And this is a good first look at Dark Lord. And I'd love to know what your impressions are of this game so far. It feels a little bit, like I said, like you've got the feeling of Aces and Adventure, of Cultist Simulator, of Darkest Dungeon, you know, coming in here, and yet it's a unique storytelling experience with a good sense of humor. I like the music, I like the aesthetic, and I am impressed so far. And tell me what your impressions are in the comments below. Have you heard of this game? Are you going to try out the demo? Do you want to see more of this game? I will put a link in the description below to the Steam page so you can go there and try the demo for free for yourself, like I have. And I haven't even completed the demo. And give me your impressions if you want to do that. And also, if you want to keep up to date on the game, you can wishlist it. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Take care.